Most people think AI is thinking. It isn't. That might sound small, almost technical, but it changes everything about how we use it. When AI writes a paragraph, answers a question, or solves a problem, it feels intelligent. Sometimes it even feels aware. The sentences are fluent. The tone is confident. The answers arrive instantly, and confidence creates trust. But here's the problem. We don't usually question things that sound certain. The biggest misunderstanding about AI today isn't that it's dangerous. It's that we assume it understands. And once you believe something understands you, you start relying on it differently. So, before we talk about risks, jobs, or the future, we need to clarify one thing: what AI actually is and what it isn't. Because the difference determines whether you use it wisely or blindly. At its core, AI does something surprisingly simple. It predicts patterns. Large language models are trained on enormous amounts of text, books, articles, conversations, code. From that data, they learn statistical relationships between words. Not meaning. Not intention. Relationships. When you type a sentence into an AI system, it doesn't understand your question. It calculates which words are most likely to come next, based on patterns it has seen before. That's it. No awareness. No internal voice. No sense of truth or falsehood. Just probability. If a sentence sounds right, it's because, statistically, similar sentences have appeared together in its training data. This is powerful. Extremely powerful. But it's not thinking. It's advanced pattern completion. And when pattern completion becomes fluent enough, it starts to look like intelligence, even when it isn't. If AI doesn't understand, why does it feel so intelligent? Because fluency tricks us. Human beings associate smooth language with comprehension. When someone speaks clearly and confidently, we assume they know what they're talking about. AI systems generate language that is structured, fast, and grammatically precise. That creates an illusion of depth. There's also the speed factor. AI responds instantly. In human interaction, speed often signals mastery. But in machines, speed is just computation. Then there's personalization. When AI reflects your tone, your style, even your phrasing, it feels like it gets you. In reality, it is adapting statistically to patterns in your input. Fluency, speed, adaptation. Together, they simulate intelligence convincingly. And simulation is enough to lower our guard. We don't question it the way we question a person, because it doesn't hesitate. And hesitation, in human conversation, is what often signals uncertainty. AI rarely hesitates. That confidence is the illusion. The real risk with AI isn't that it will suddenly become self-aware. It's much simpler than that. The risk is misplaced trust. When something sounds intelligent, we naturally reduce scrutiny. We stop double-checking at all. We stop asking follow-up questions. We begin to outsource small decisions, then larger ones. Because AI is fluent. It can present incorrect information with the same tone as correct information. It doesn't know the difference between a strong answer and a plausible one. It only knows which one is statistically likely. That's why hallucinations happen. Not because the system is lying, but because it is filling gaps with the most probable continuation. In daily use, this shows up in subtle ways. Accepting a summary without verifying the source. Using generated advice without context. Assuming confidence equals accuracy. Over time, the habit forms quietly, and habits shape judgment. That's where the real consequence begins. Not in science fiction, but in everyday decision-making only. So what does smart use of AI actually look like? It starts with clarity. AI is a tool for acceleration, not replacement. It can help you draft, brainstorm, summarize, explore ideas, and process information faster than ever before. But speed should never replace judgment. The right way to use AI is the same way you use a calculator. You let it compute, but you remain responsible for the outcome. You verify important facts. You question confident answers. You stay mentally engaged. The moment you stop thinking, the tool becomes a crutch. And the moment you understand its limits, it becomes powerful. Yes, AI is not thinking for you. It's predicting. With you, if you want clear, structured explanations about AI without hype or fear, subscribe, because understanding the tool is more valuable than fearing it. And the difference will matter more each year.